The stunning and highly controversial find made by marine treasure hunters using side-scanning sonar to detect shipwrecks in the Baltic Sea has finally been identified as a submerged monumental construction from the Paleolithic era. The giant circular seafloor promontory measuring about 60 meters in diameter is actually a terraced monument built by the highly advanced Atlantean civilization over 14,000 years ago. Co-discoverer and OceanX team leader Dennis Osberg describes just a few of the geometric features presented by the gargantuan disc-shaped temple rising above the seafloor, likening it to concrete. It looks like a round object separated from the bottom. It looks like concrete. When we brush it off, it's black. The object looks the same underneath as on the upper side, same color too, just like a plate on the bottom. And it has something that looks like big stairs, perhaps 1 meter high each step. It's strange. We have not been able to find more holes besides the 2-meter hole with a square around it. Prohibitive conditions severely limit filming of the ancient monumental structure, especially rough seas and the very poor visibility of less than 1 meter near the bottom. Animated digital terrain models allow a clearer perspective of the massive proportions and complex geometric configuration of the submerged Atlantean monument.
The perfect hunting ground for Swedish deep-sea salvage experts OceanX. Led by diver Peter Lindberg and entrepreneur Dennis Asberg, OceanX specializes in retrieving fine wines and spirits, once destined for the Tsar's Russia.
We was down on the object, and before we come to the object, compass system was not working correct on the ROV. So Floris, the pilot for the ROV, have difficult to drive the ROV. Ghost shadows on the sonar come up when we was near the object, and what the reason for that is, I have no clue. We have been down for like almost 10 minutes, and we were never directly up on the object. It was on the side of the object. The ROV broke, kaput. The fan, one of the fan in the ROV stopped working. So it was difficult to hold the position for it, the ROV. So Floris, the pilot of the ROV, he said, I cannot drive this ROV anymore, and we don't have any blue view function on that ROV, so it's not working.
Their attempts to repair the ROV are unsuccessful. Then, stranger still, the ship's electronic systems also begin to fail, one by one.
And the radar system was not working.
It seemed like something affected all the electronic equipment. Everything broke down when we were on top of the anomaly.
Could the object itself be affecting OceanX's equipment? But with no sonar or ROV, the only way for OceanX to find out will be to send down a diver to collect samples.
We have a sample now that shows that the object on the Baltic Sea, it's metallic and it must be constructed in some way.
The sample taken from the object is analyzed by the Weizmann Institute in Israel. Their tests indicate this is no ordinary rock. It contains abnormally high concentrations of titanium, manganese, and iron. The metals are all key materials in the manufacture of high-tech aerospace components.
An initial visual inspection reveals an abundance of fine metallic inclusions throughout the stone-like material that appears to have been reconstituted from a finely pulverized mixture of basalt, quartz, and tourmaline, conferring piezoelectric properties to the composite artificial basalt material. Tests conducted by the Weizmann Institute and Tel Aviv University's Institute of Archaeology included SEM imaging of the artificial basalt sample, exposing a variety of distinctive features not found in naturally crystallizing volcanic basalt, Instead, these features characterize ancient magnetic geopolymer basalt and andesite now conclusively identified at multiple sites dating to the Paleolithic period of high civilization. Surprising EDS results identified high metal concentrations of iron, manganese, and titanium elevated far above standard abundance values for natural, geologically formed specimens. The interspersed particulate combination of ferromagnetic and paramagnetic metals with piezoelectric crystals represents a high-efficiency semiconductor material that converts and amplifies all frequencies of electromagnetic energy into an EM vortex surrounding the construction. Huge geometric symbols cast into the ancient cement building represent Paleo-Sanskrit hieroglyphs of the global Atlantean culture. The 2-meter hole with a square around it forms a sacred votive ligature. The square glyph represents a planet, while the dot represents a numeral, together reading Jupiter, the One. The circular format of the entire temple and its singular dome represent the Paleo-Sanskrit numeral 1, used by Atlantean spiritual traditions to praise the One, the universal divine creative force. Reinforcing this votive phrase are Edgar Cayce's statements concerning the spiritual tenets of the law of one. The most conspicuous man-made geometric structure on this massive step platform monument is a large hemispherical dome feature that likely served to focus ultra and infrasonic waves into a hemispherical inner chamber accessed from the adjacent recessed corridor. The greatest hindrance to the seafloor site investigation is an intense electromagnetic vortex that perpetually interferes with all types of electrical equipment situated on or above the ancient monument, in the vertical water column, on board ships at the sea surface, and even affecting low-flying airplanes. This special type of potentially dangerous EM vortex causes digital magnetometers and compasses to spin perpetually in proximity to the temple and directly above it, a fact that is familiar to military and civilian pilots working in the vicinity of pyramids all over the world, especially in Egypt, Mexico, and Guatemala. The Baltic Sea monument is situated 2,194 miles from the Great Pyramid, a distance corresponding to 8.81% of the Earth's mean circumference distance of 24,892 miles. The sunken monument displays the same great circle distance from the Great Pyramid as the megacity of London, England. The artificial stonework of the monument effectively transduces EM fields from localized infrasound resonance.